In a world where gold dazzles, one metal quietly powers the future. My grandmother once told me, she was talking about a family who gave silver coin to every newborn child, every wedding guest, and every temple they visited. She used to say, son, gold may carry prestige, but silver carries purpose. Back then I didn't get it. Now as I sit with balance sheets, ETFs and precious metal data, I see the wisdom in her words. Today I want to talk to you not just about silver, the metal, but silver, the opportunity. A story of underestimation, resilience and believe it or not, Warren Buffett. You see, in India, silver has always been around. We gifted it, we wore it, we worshipped with it. But when it comes to investing, silver never made the cut. Gold always hogged the limelight. But here's the twist. In 2024, silver saw demand of 1.164 billion ounces and supply of only 1.015 billion ounces. That's a shortfall of nearly 149 million ounces, marking the fourth consecutive annual deficit in the global silver market. Now, despite this tight supply and demand gap, silver still trades far below its 2011, and I'm talking about 2011, high of $48 per ounce. Meanwhile, gold is hitting new highs. The market hasn't caught up with the fundamentals yet. And here's what even more striking. The annual average silver price rose 21% in 2024, but investors still expressed disappointment. Why? Because silver underperformed gold. But hold that thought. We'll get to the gold to silver ratio soon. Unlike gold, which mostly rests in locker or vaults, silver gets used actually constantly. It's the workhorse of the precious metals family. In 2024, 680.5 million ounces of silver, which is nearly 59% of the total demand, went straight into the industry. Think of solar panels, electric vehicles, 5G infrastructure, RFID technologies, semiconductors, and even medical diagnostics. Each one of these use silver. Now let's break that down. 460 million ounces were used in electronics. Nearly 198 million ounces was used in PV cells, that is solar cells. And about 52 million ounces in brazing and soldering. This is not jewelry demand like gold. This is core infrastructure demand. The world is building the future on silver. India plays its part too. While our traditional silverware and jewelry segment faced a minor slowdown in 2024, we are still a major consumer. In fact, India leads the global silverware fabrication demand, accounting for over 50% of the global demand. And did you know, in 2024, Indian silver demand rebounded to almost 5,600 tons, making us one of the largest physical silver markets in the world. Silver, whether you notice it or not, is everywhere, from temples to Tesla. Now let's talk about something we investors love, ratios. Today, gold is priced at $3,180 per ounce and silver just 32.25 per ounce. That's today's data. That puts the gold to silver ratio at 99 to 1. And historically, that ratio should sit around 60 to 70. And during silver bull market in 2011, the ratio dropped below 40. Even during COVID-19 2020, it fell to 65 range. Now, why does it matter? Because when this ratio is above 90, which is right now it's above 90, silver has historically outperformed in the next few years. Right now, silver is more than 30% below its price in 2011 peak, while gold trades nearly 60% above its 2011 peak. The gap tells a story of underappreciation, and this disconnect is even more stark when you consider that silver's industrial role has grown dramatically since then. We are talking about EVs, we are talking about solar cells, data infrastructure, and all silver hungry sectors. Now, here's the truth: silver isn't for faint hearted. It's more volatile than gold, and that volatility cuts both ways. In March 2020, silver dropped to $12 per ounce, and by August that year, that is 2020, it was at $29 per ounce. That's a 40% jump in just 5 months. Now, why such dramatic moves? Because silver is influenced not just by monetary trends like gold, but also by industrial cycles. It responds to a lot of variables like economic growth, like technological demand. There could be green energy policies, inflation fears, rate cut expectations, and yes, of course, the good old-fashioned supply shocks. So yes, silver is moody, but volatility, that's where smart investors find entry points. As Buffett once said, be greedy when others are fearful. Now let's not forget the part where silver met Warren Buffett. Yes, the man who's famously averse to gold once made massive bet on silver. Between 1997 and 1998, Berkshire Hathaway purchased 129.7 million ounces of silver. That was more than 25% of the global annual production at that time. And this wasn't a punt. This was value investing, which Buffett is all about. Buffett saw fundamentals, tight supply, rising demand, and weak prices. Sounds familiar, na? Although he exited that position later, obviously at a profit, the sheer scale of his silver investment sent ripples through the global market. So what are the takeaways? Even the most disciplined investor in the world saw deep value in silver and acted upon it. So back then, Buffett had to stockpile millions of ounces of silver. Think about the storage, think about the insurance. But today you don't have to do that. Modern Indian investors have various efficient ways to add silver exposure. One of them is, of course, investing through silver exchange traded funds, that is silver ETFs of various asset management companies. Then there are silver mutual funds, FOF. Now, FOF are easy, transparent, and very SIP friendly, SIP friendly. Now, according to the World Silver Survey 2025, which is a very recent survey, India's silver ETF inflows jumped 38% year on year in 2024, supported by consistent SIP-based participation and increasing awareness about silver's role in portfolio diversification. So should you or should you not? That's the question. Let's recap on that. Silver has been in deficit for the last 4 years. It is essential to green energy, electronics, and defense, the industry of future. It's deeply undervalued relative to gold, and once upon a time, it was backed by Buffett's historical conviction. Still wondering whether you should invest or not? Start small. Maybe 2 to 3% of your portfolio. Begin with SIPs, and of course monitor the ratio, the gold to silver ratio. That's the magic. Diversify your precious metal assets. So don't wait for the bull market to validate the case. It's time to recognize the value now. Silver isn't just a metal, it's a mirror of change. From sacred rituals to solar panels, it adapts, it survives, and when the cycle turns, it roars. In India, silver was always a silent ally. Perhaps it's time to make it a strategic one too. Thank you for tuning into Money Sutra. This is Malhar Majumder, helping you look beyond the obvious and invest where the value hides. Until next time, keep your mind open, your portfolio balanced, and remember, even legends like Buffett knows the worth of silver.